My name is Eric Snyder. I am the chairman of the Westfield Ice Hockey Club. And on behalf of the Westfield ice hockey community, we're excited to be here today to witness this historic event in the town of Westfield. The Westfield Ice Rink is a culmination of a long-term vision that started 10 years ago with a few dads sitting in the Jolly Trolley after work one day with the idea of bringing organized youth ice hockey to the boys and girls of Westfield, which later became the Westfield Hockey Club. A decade later, we have 100 participants during the spring season, as well as about 60 boys and girls in the middle school program this fall and winter, and there'll be a game here later today for the middle school, so hopefully you'll be able to watch. The other half of this long-term vision was the idea of having our own ice rink in the town of Westfield for the entire community to enjoy, not only for the great game of ice hockey, but also ice skating as well. We are extremely grateful so many people who have embraced this dream and have collaborated in order to make the Westfield Ice Rink a reality today. Without the following people, among countless others, we would not be standing here today at this rink. So I'd like to thank first the Westfield Town Council men and women. Thank you for all of your support in voting and passing through this great initiative. We'd also like to thank Ken Anderson and the Anderson family that's here today for choosing the town of Westfield for the rink that they are now operating and running for us. We'd also like to thank the Westfield Town Administrator, Jim Gildia. Jim, please raise your hand if you're here. The Westfield Recreation Commission Chair, Gary Fox, and the Westfield Public Works for preparing the grounds for the rink. We'd also like to thank the Westfield hockey coaches, parents, and players for volunteering to set up the facility, and the Westfield families for their voice and support at all the town hall meetings to make this happen. Special thanks to the Promotions and Events Committee, Anne-Marie O'Donnell and Beth Hornstein, for organizing the volunteers and events. We'd also like to thank one of our own from the Westfield Hockey Club who can't be here today because he's in Ohio with his daughter visiting schools, John McDevitt. John McDevitt has been part of this process from beginning to end, including acting as foreman, setting up the boards and the glass the last few weeks. So we'd like to thank John. And on behalf of the Westfield Hockey Club, Chris Forno, David Strauss, John McDevitt, and I, we hope everybody enjoys the rink this season and hopefully for many more. Now I'd like to say one final thanks, and last but not least, I'd like to introduce and thank the great mayor of our town of Westfield, Shelley Brindle, who's been a great partner and advocate of ours. We want to thank her for recognizing and seizing the opportunity to transform this underutilized space and turning it into a wonderful new addition for the families of our town. Shelley.
Thank you, Eric, and thanks everybody for being here on what is a perfect day to be skating outside. Last time I spoke outside, it was on the front lawn of Town Hall at my swearing in, and it was about 15 degrees for those of you that were crazy enough to be there. So this is balmy, and it feels fantastic. So, but before I thank many of the folks here today, there's a far more important group that deserves our gratitude today, and that is our veterans. Today is Veterans Day, a day to honor the dedication and sacrifice of all those who have served our country so that we can enjoy what we're able to celebrate today. So I'd like to just have a moment of silence to remember those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice and to honor those that have served and continue to serve our country here and abroad. So if everybody can just remove your hats and just have a quick moment of silence. Thank you. I had to put my hat back on. It told me it was a requirement. So, okay. But really, I do want to thank everyone that made this day possible, beginning with Ken Anderson from Union Sports Arena. He has proven to be a very collaborative and committed partner. And to John McDevitt, who Eric mentioned isn't here, and just a little background. So Charlie O'Donnell dragged me to the Westfield Diner to meet John McDevitt last fall. And John was telling me the story, what Eric had just reiterated about this dream for the hockey club and also for an ice rink. Well, when he said ice rink, I heard community engagement. And I actually saw this as an opportunity, not just for hockey, but to create a gathering place for neighbors to enjoy something fun and recreational and outside in the winter months. And I was just saying earlier with the band playing and you guys here, I was like, this was my vision of what this place could be. And so I actually said, okay, John, I told him, if you guys can find a way to actually make this happen without costing the town money, I was open to it. I walked away thinking, yeah, right. What's the likelihood of that? Well, with the assistance of the other hockey dads, notably Chris Forno, Eric, and David Strauss, here we are. And the fact that they persisted reflects who they are: unassuming, dedicated, hardworking, and persons of their word. And I'm learning that that seems to be who hockey people are. And thanks to the entire hockey community for your support, encouragement, and dedication to make this happen. And I feel, and not only knowing that this isn't just about hockey, this is about the community. And you guys always saying that up front, not having me to remind you, but you reminding everyone that this is about the community, and hockey happens to be the one that's underwriting the benefit for us all. So thank you. And I'm just going to add my quick thanks to the Westfield Public Works Department, who do a lot of very magical things. The Westfield Police Department, who's making sure they're all crossing streets safely and all the crossing guards that you see. To Gary Fox, who was texting me this morning from Florida, where he's enjoying the sunny weather, for his leadership on this and his commitment to seeing it through. And as Eric mentioned, it would not have happened without the support of the town council, and in particular, council persons Don Mackey and Mark LaGrippo, who are here, and Linda Hapgood's in there too. So they really did a lot of the due diligence and work behind the scenes. So thank you so much. They are really instrumental in bringing this to fruition. And again, my thanks to the promotions committee, and also not only it's Anne Marie, Beth Hornstein. Nobody can say no to Beth, if anybody knows that. If you haven't had the experience, you should. Gina Tortorella and Meredith Bridge, and also Cheryl Park and Nancy Corlin, who are overseeing a lot of the outreach efforts. I'm thrilled to know that a lot of the elementary schools are having their skate nights here. It's fantastic. And I did get a text this morning from a friend of mine. I live, I walked here, and I don't live too far. A friend of mine lives around the corner. She sent me a text this morning saying, I just want you to know how much I love seeing these hockey kids walk to practice here this morning. So I was very grateful for that. But I do want to remind everybody that the Westfield Rink, it's a privilege for us. And like all privileges, it needs to be earned. So it's imperative that everyone adhere to the parking and traffic guidelines, even if inconvenient, if the rink is to continue beyond the season. So please tell your friends, it's really important. We need to demonstrate to the community and that the Westfield Rink and the neighborhood can coexist peacefully and respectfully. So let's just please all make that a priority. So thanks again for your support, your enthusiasm. I couldn't be prouder of what we have here today, not only behind me, but in front of me. Thank you all so much. I am now handing this to Ken Anderson, who is the owner of Union Sports Arena. He's going to say a few words and initiate the official ribbon cutting. So, Ken. I'll take this.
Okay, no problem. I don't have a whole lot to say other than thanks, as Eric and Shelley did. There are so many people and so many groups that helped us make this happen, from the town council to all the different departments in Westfield that we've worked with. DPW has been incredibly helpful. The building department, incredibly helpful with their suggestions and their willingness and ability to stop by and do our necessary inspections on a drop of a dime. I can't say how helpful the entire town community has been. Beyond that, some of the public service entities, the water company, getting us hooked up with water. Zamboni needs water. The ice needs water. Public service, the electric company, they worked magic here. They did in 6 or 7 weeks what normally takes them 6 or 7 months. But they embraced the project. They were communicative. They helped us every which way they could, and we appreciate it incredibly. As others have mentioned, the Westfield hockey community, and coming back to John McDevitt, the boards that you see behind, I'm not sure that they'd be set up if John wasn't here helping to figure out the jigsaw puzzle that we got on 20 pallets of boards and glass. And then thank you all for coming. It's rewarding to see you all here on a beautiful fall day. I think now we have a figure skating exhibition, and then we have public session from 2:30 to 4. Admission and skate rentals are available over in the tan booth over there, and we hope to see you all on the ice.
Here, cut a ribbon.
Ribbon cutting now.
You guys get right in front here. And John, so where's I want the town council members. I don't see Mark and Linda and Dawn. You guys come up if you're out there somewhere. Do you see Mark? Where are they? Oh, come up here. Oh, David too. All right, come on. You're all up here. Come on. Come on. All right, Ken, you're in this too. All right. Now you think you got ready. You have to hold the shooter. All right, come on. Yeah, everybody. You got three, Mark. You ready? Here we go. We'll do this one first. Ceremonial. Ceremonial. All right. Woo! Now we get to do the real thing. Here we go. Let's go. All right, so we are very lucky. Yes, we're doing Joelle first, right? We are very lucky that we have Joelle Tannenbaum, who's an 8th grade Edison Intermediate School student, and she's going to be singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And Beth Hornstein is going to introduce our figure skaters.
Hi, everybody. Warming up on the ice today for us is Sherry Natko and Colleen Berg, both real estate brokers from Coldwell Banker in Westfield. You will then be treated by a performance by nationally ranked adult skater Pamela Fetterbush. Now let's have some fun.